You practice, I make progress. It's the postman. You're listening to me on the Three Count Podcast.
Welcome everybody to another great edition of the Three Count Podcast presents Now Entering the Ring. I'm your host, Clifford Red Dog Miller, as always. But let's go down the roster. You know this man, he's the sleepy one. He's the one that if you named him one of seven dwarfs, he would be sleepy. So give it up for the one who likes to sleep. He's not the one who knocks. He's just the one that puts his head on the pillow. Give it up for JJ.
All right, sleepy catchphrase. It's like now. First, I'd like to take the sidewalks to keep me up the street. Dangerous times out here. Got a Revolutionary War Part 2 going on. So make sure you guys are locked and loaded. Chitty chitty bang, murder everything. That's all from me.
So, with that being said, this is Now Entering the Ring, which means that we have a special guest for you. This man is currently ACW Tag Team Champion. He is found all over the place, up and down. You can even find this man saving Otis after he gets thrown out of an elimination chamber because he ran too much through it. Give it up for the man himself, Michaels Amaydo.
How you doing, guys? I'm the molder of excellence, the guru of charisma, the voice without a face, the creator of the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, while being allergic to peanuts, which entitles me to the name, the receiver of miracles, Lars Madison. And this is the Alexander the Great to my Aristotle of the ring. Michael's Media. Nice to see you guys. How's everyone doing?
We're doing excellent. I'm so glad Lars gets to be on the show too. I know he's happy being here, man. So
I'm grumpy. I don't like being anywhere. I like being here. I'm excited.
Well, I'm excited to have you both. So, first question right off the bat, we're just going to ask the question. Who is Michael Midio?
Well, I met this kid when he was still in the womb. I was friends with his mom and dad. Then he came out the womb, and I just saw wrestling in his eyes. Lars, the question was for me. I'm from originally Bayonne, New Jersey. Came out of Maryland. Started training at EWA. Trained with Nick and Matt and them as well. Love wrestling. It was something I wanted to do since I was a kid. And then I found him. And he was still in his diaper, right? And his poop just smelled like championship material as I was changing it. So then I was like, this kid's born to wrestle. So once I started managing and coaching, he was my first guy I had to go to. My prodigy. And proud of him. Oh, Lars, you don't have to be that nice. Normally you talk crap. Hey, shut up, feel like that's a good jackpot.
So, next question goes for Lars. Lars, do you have a favorite fan interaction?
No, I don't like any of the fans. They annoy the hell out of me. Lars, come on, you can't be mean about it. Fans are fun. I like shaking their hands, saying hi, talking to them. You never know. I've met some people who I thought were fans. I say I'm friends with them years later. So,
Nice.
yeah, a lot of good fan interactions. No, none of them are good. They give you germs. You don't want germs. Like the deodorant.
I was going to ask, I was like, Michaels, do you have like a favorite story of yours that came from a fan?
Yeah, there was a fan when I was first starting off, and he shaved his beard in half and it posted it on Facebook. And a lot of my family wasn't really too fond of me wrestling after college. So when they saw people were cutting their face like me, they were then like, they thought it was cool. So it made wrestling easier for me. I didn't have to hear, hang up your boots, kid. But I'm only 23. You're not going to make
it. So, one of the other questions I have to ask, man, is what is the worst bump you've ever taken?
Michaels, let me answer this one first. All right, the worst bump I ever took, right? It was in the 70s. Oh, I was at a Motley Crue concert. I took that bump. Next thing I know, I don't remember that concert. Lars is not talking about that kind of bump. And ew, no. No, you're too old for that anyway now, thank God. Worst bump I ever took was probably suplex off the top. That always hurts. Stop to get right at me every single time. I'm like, oh! Or when I hit the cactus elbow drop. That hurts me just as much as I think it hurts my opponent.
So, what's been one of your favorite places to wrestle at?
I love wrestling at ACW, Capital Wrestling. Now it's called Catless Wrestling out of Hoboken, New Jersey. I also love wrestling out of, I manage. I love managing out of Titan Championship Wrestling. That's always fun. We have a show this Saturday in New Jersey. If anyone's interested, check it out. Michaels is going to win himself a middleweight championship. He cultivated enough mass to go from cruiserweight to middleweight. It's a 7-man scramble. He's going to beat the talented Killian Murphy. And yeah, it's going to be fun.
Awesome. So I'm going to let JJ ask a couple questions now.
Alrighty, now it's my turn. So my first question for you would be, or for the both of you, what's the best advice you could give for up-and-coming wrestlers?
For me, don't get in the ring with Michaels. Because when he's mad, he can be great. Well, that's not advice at all. Like, come on now. Best advice is to be dedicated to it. It's something you gotta love. You can't just be in it half-heartedly because it hurts. Like, you gotta be dedicated to get hurt. So, but if you love it, it's the best thing in the world. I love it. It's so much fun. I can't picture not wrestling. So it's all about just if you love it, go for it. If you're leery about it, like I don't know if I'm good for that, you might not be then. But if you love it, you love it, and you keep doing it. And also tuck your chin. That for all bumps. Tuck your chin.
All right. My next question for the both of you would be, what's the worst match you've ever had so far in your career?
Oh. Yeah, there was a couple where I was just like, what the hell, Michael, are you doing? There was a triple, I won't name any names because that's just going to be rude. But there was a triple threat match. And I was outside the ring watching Michaels in this match and was like, why, Michaels? Why? You know the Grammy role. Why are you doing sweeps? Whoa. Everything was bad. He was doing defense when he should be doing offense. He was doing offense when he should be doing defense. It was garbage. Next thing you know, he rolled out the ring, and then I saw a headlock for like 3 minutes, midway through the match. It was awful. And then Michaels went in again, missed the moonsault, and when I say he missed it, he slid on the ropes, landed on his head, but he beat on that like idiot. Yeah, it was a bad match. Michaels stunk it up. Well, thanks, Lars. Now my confidence is killed. Yeah, that was a bad match. I know exactly. It was in West Virginia. It was a bad match. I stunk it up badly. That was one where if I would have just took my advice a minute ago, I would have quit because I thought it was over then. I was like, oh, damn, I'm awful. But yeah, that was the worst one.
And my final question would be, let's say we had a time machine, right? And we fast forward 5 years. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, hopefully, I know as long as I'm healthy, I'll be wrestling. Hopefully, it'll be somewhere in a higher level than I'm at now, which would be great. But definitely still wrestling. Maybe even looking to promote a show because that's something I want to do when I get older, not so much when I'm wrestling. But 5 years from now, that might be something I'm looking more into. So, yeah, what would you be doing, Lars? Well, 5 years from now, I mean, I'm already in my 80s, so I could just be having flowers rising from my grave. I mean, I'm trying to drink myself to death, Michael, if you haven't noticed. He is. He's trying hard to drink himself to death.
All right. So, really quick, man, we're going to ask you these 10 questions. It's going to be amazing to see these answers happen. So, we're going to put on the imaginary timer. Ding! You heard it? There it went. And here we go. SmackDown or Raw?
SmackDown.
Is that for both of y'all, or is that just one? Because I'm just curious about
Oh, that's for both of us. Even going back to 2002, SmackDown.
that. Last time you laughed out loud.
Probably 10 minutes before I got on. Actually, while I was laughing during this. So during this,
NXT or AEW?
I'm even on that. I like AEW. I like both. Like I watch both of them. I enjoy both of them. Both of them are great.
Favorite stipulation in a match?
Ladder match. Love ladder matches since I was a little kid. Cage matches. Those are the best.
Favorite movie?
Ready to rumble. Ready to rumble. Oh, and Tenacious.
Yo, let's go. I love that movie. Pepsi or Coke?
It's my favorite. Coke. Pepsi. Nah, Coke, man. I said Pepsi.
Favorite cartoon character?
Ooh. So many great ones, but Tommy Pickles.
Okay.
When you can pull a screwdriver out your diaper and break out of any security gate for kids, you're a legend. Plus, I think they were spiking that milk with a little bit of rum. He was hallucinating a lot. That wasn't just imagination when he was seeing those things.
Facts.
I don't watch cartoons, so I don't have a cartoon character.
I'm sure there's one cartoon character out there, Lars, that you've probably seen by accident.
By accident. Oh yeah, the Jay and Silent Bob cartoon is great. So
Hey, let's go. Clerks is it, man. I love Clerks. Let's go. Favorite candy?
Reese's. Snickers.
Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts?
Oh, Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, Dunkin'. Ever since like the 30s, I was going to Dunkin' Donuts. I ain't going to Starbucks.
And last but not... Say that again?
Because of Lars, I've never been to Starbucks. He always makes me go to Dunkin' Donuts.
And last but not least, favorite curse word?
If I said it, it wouldn't be good. I don't even know if I want to say that one. Well, mine's fuck. Lars. That's not mine. Is he allowed to say that? Could we beat that out?
Yeah. No, he's allowed to say it. We don't.
Oh, cool. I mean, the question was curse word. Lars, your mouth is filthy. Mine is... Well, it's a word for vagina, let's say.
Yes, let's go. All right. So we stumbled on something really quick I gotta just ask about, man. So you said your favorite movie is Ready to Rumble. Tell me one of your favorite scenes from Ready to Rumble.
The very opening scene where he sticks his finger up his butt to get the free Slurpee. That is genius. My dumbass tried that when I was a kid. I didn't get a free Slurpee. I don't think he noticed the smell. I think he just thought I smelled bad overall, not it was my finger was in my butt. But yeah, I failed at that. So that was a legendary move. I also loved the whole Jimmy King is the best wrestler. He's the best wrestler, better than all the wrestlers. He's got class. He's really fast. He'll rule ass. He'll rule that ass. Jimmy King. I love that song.
We gotta work on the ending part. We're still working on that ending part. The best is that I've been to Lusk, so like I know exactly where like a lot of those places are that they're filming all the movie, and everything I saw was like, bro, this is 100% like this is Lusk, man. Lusk, Wyoming.
I assumed it was a fake name for where it was.
No, Lusk, Wyoming is actually a real place. It's like 2.5 hours away from my hometown.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I wrestled up. We had this. We always had this wrestling tournament up there called the Lingle Lusk tournament. So we used to always like go up there and wrestle like every year. Yeah, it was crazy, man. Like their mascot is like this dude like wrestling down a bull.
So you wrestled in the place where Jimmy King trained to win $1 million.
Sal Bandini.
Oh, Sal Bandini wanna wrestle. He was great too.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I was laughing. I was like, yeah, man. It's like it's one of those movies, man. A lot of people just like they're like, it's embarrassing to say you like it. I'm like, no, not really. I really do like that movie a lot.
I've never been embarrassed about it. I've shouted about it to the rooftops how much I love that movie. Ask Sickens if you ever talk to him about that movie, how much I preach everyone should watch it.
I'm gonna do it now because I'll probably see him this weekend, so I'm definitely gonna do it.
Yeah, just bring it up, be like, hey, does Mike really randomly just like, we gotta watch Ready to Rumble?
I'm just gonna go watch it on my phone. That way, when they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Watching a movie." Like, what movie? Ready to Rumble. Leave me alone.
I made Mason Martin watch it a couple weeks ago. I was like, you never seen this? You gotta watch it.
It's incredible, man. Like, my dad will shoot you. No, seriously, my dad's gonna shoot you if you stay here. JJ, where did you go, man? You gotta get involved in this conversation.
All right, I'm back. My mother came home, so I had to greet my mother.
Oh, yeah. So, have you ever seen Ready to Rumble? I mean,
No.
it did come out before you were born. We're gonna have to introduce you to this movie, man. This movie is greatness.
It is.
All over the place.
In all cinema.
Yeah, it won 3 Academy Awards for
Yeah.
greatest wrestling movie ever made, greatest documentary ever made, and like greatest, badass moment ever.
In my mind, Jimmy King should be a Hall of Famer.
Jimmy King should be a Hall of Famer. He definitely is the man. But that's all we got today. So I'm your host, Clifford Red Dog Miller. As always, JJ the Napster. And now entering the ring, Michaels, Amaydo, and Lars. Can't forget them.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. It was fun.
Before we finish off and say everything, throw us your socials. That way we know to find you.
I always forget that Twitter one because I'm not good at it. Mind of Madison, there's a number. I'm not worried about Twitter right now. I'm not on often. You can check me out on Facebook, just Michael's Amaydo. Last name spelled Amaydo. There's a like page on there. I need to start activating that more. But I have a friend. You can friend request me and find me there. Also, Pro Wrestling Tees, Michael's Amaydo / Lars Madison. Get yourself a Jack Nut shirt or a Michael's Amaydo King of Maryland shirt. I'd appreciate that. And yeah, anyone out there that wants to buy my shirt, buy my shirt. I even try to get that chance at that show sometimes. Buy my shirt. Don't worry, though.
So, you guys, we have another great episode coming up for you guys. So, be there or be somewhere else.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, this is Jeremy Showtime Grimes here to let you guys know that you need to check out the best podcast on YouTube or any platform possible. I'm talking about the 3 Count Podcast. Find us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook, all at the 3 Count Pod or the 3 Count Podcast. You will not only find me, but you'll find the Red Dog, Clifford Miller. You will find the Icon, Chaz Evans, and you'll find much more great content. You'll see a lot of great people, and if you don't, well, that's just too bad for you. So be there or, you know what, be there, not anywhere else, because it's time to show up and show up, baby, and it's showtime. There you go, Cliff.